Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stage Krunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stagecrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's @skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stage Krunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POD. That's 216-3028-7763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stagecrunchyandmilk.com.
Stage Krunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stage.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox 2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stage Krunchy and Milk.
Go for 300?
Yeah. Welcome to it, Stage Krunchy episode 271. We are, as always, joined by the man of 1,000 nicknames, artist formerly known as Chesterfield Rockwell. It's the 216's own Tatum.
Wee PP.
37 dicks.
Also, sliding in from the side is the homeboy Lunchbox
The homeboy.
2099. That's his decision, not mine.
Yeah, sure. My house. my mortgage. Red Rocks. Yeah.
And as always, as often as possible, we are joined by the last of the Golden Cold Keys. This is suburban Puerto Rican, Mr. Future Prognosticator himself. It's my man, Gabe.
Breaking news: by the time this podcast comes out, after being fat shamed on No Bra Day, Rick Ross is going to come up with a follow-up to MC Hammer called Heavy D. I got a little preview of the cut right here if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
My bones are sturdy, my middle soft. The fat shame me, it pissed me off. My feelings hurt, so I shame eat. Bitch, I'm Heavy D. I'm about meat. I got 30 crackers, a whole block of brie. I ate them by myself. I'm Heavy D. 8-ball cookie dough. Now I'm feeling sick. When I diddly dee, I can't see my dick.
MC Hammer is such a great song. And that's just as good. I love MC Hammer. I don't even like Rick Ross and I like that song.
Oh my God.
I do like his cover of You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. But it's like a guilty pleasure because I know it's not that good of a song.
Yeah.
Well, first up as always is the homeboy Tatum. And legitimately, first up as always.
Now, we have been talking about Stephen King and how he puts unnecessary, not even soft A, hard R niggas in books. And so, one of my favorite movies of all time is Forrest Gump. I just remember going to go see it. It's a good movie.
Okay.
So,
It is?
I have been looking to listen to the book on, the audiobook version of it. Couldn't find it. And I got really upset because I found it and it was the abridged version. And it was like, okay, I'm just going to fucking read this book. So I downloaded it off of Overdrive, which is the library's app. Started reading it. Way different version. Forrest is fucking racist.
What?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Drops the N bomb. Like boom boom, like Funk Master Flex up in this bitch.
Only with a hard R.
Yeah, with a hard R, and almost fucking date rapes Jenny. Wasn't even like really friends with her or like that. Like his mother paid for them to go out on a date, and like he was like laughing and shit too much in the movie. They wanted to go see Bonnie and Clyde. He like, hey, what's going on? Grabs her and rips her top off, and like everybody was, and he like goes to fucking jail for it. Like, and he's like,
my mind is blown.
Yeah, it's very different than the. So I look up like, not only is Forrest Gump like different from the movie, it's like dramatically different. Like Bubba's is black in the movie, he's not black in the book. Like of course, like he's only like him and Jenny went to school together like when they were little, and then he went to a special school. Like they didn't grow up together at all. They weren't even friends. Like they met back up in college. Like Forrest Gump was more of an idiot, savant. Like he was smart about certain things and dumb about other things in the book. Like in the book he's like really good at math, and like but dumb about almost everything else. And it was just like when they like Robert Zemeckis and Eric Roth wrote it and Robert Zemeckis directed. It's like they really tuned in. They was like, this book is good or okay, but we can make it better, and that's exactly what they did.
I don't know how you read that book and say, let's turn this into something feel good, but I guess they did it, and that's why they're visionaries, and I'm not. I would have said, this book's trash, just make something else.
Yeah,
I mean, but see, that's the thing. That's what bothers me about certain things. Is like, it kind of feel like, man, this is what America really think about people. Like if what my grandmother used to say, if you want to hide something for a black person, you put it in a book. Obviously, it's true because, like, man, how many N-bombs is in these other books I'm missing out on? Is a Hunt for Red October full of N-bombs that I'm missing? Like, I was just like, should I be reading Harry Potter? And like, oh, hold on.
I've read the Harry Potters.
I can assure you Harry Potter's safe.
Yeah, Harry Potter's safe.
I
gotta tell you something. Tom Clancy, this might be a Heidi Klum situation where I have no reason to think this, but I'm a little suspicious of him. You know,
I think we should read a Tom Clancy.
I think Tom Clancy might be racist.
I read Rainbow Six, and his main character in that book is Dean Chavez. So he got a Mexican motherfucker who is the main motherfucking man in them books. He might be racist somewhere, but he came out the rip with like the best dude in his book. The illest killer in that motherfucking book is Dean Chavez, and he was not to be faded.
My radar is not the best. I was wrong about Heidi Klum. Maybe she might still be racist. Just because you marry Seal doesn't make you not racist.
Is she divorced Seal though?
See, that's my point.
And Tom Clancy dead, so you know.
And Seal was African, and I met a lot of Africans. And they don't always like black Americans.
Yeah.
So I just had bad experiences with them working, and I'm not saying all Africans are the same, but you know they don't really like us.
Whoever made that rumor about Seal's like it was tribal markings on his face was racist because that was some kind of disease, wasn't it?
I thought it was a car accident.
It was a car accident that did his face like that?
I mean, I could be wrong.
He's like the Joker of
He's the.
You know how I got these scars?
He's got so many different stories.
He's the Ray Liotta of my faces.
I don't get it.
You ever seen Ray Liotta's face before? Looks just like Seal's.
Oh, well, Seal's got scars.
It was
Ray Liotta's
It was a disease, lupus.
Oh, he has lupus.
It was a type of lupus.
Well, there was like so many stories. Just like how does Seal get those scars?
Seal is the Joker of backstories.
And he did do a song for a Batman movie.
Yeah.
It all connects.
A Kiss from a Rose.
That's a good song. I don't care what people say.
Who says this is a bad song?
I don't know.
Okay, you good,
People?
baby?
Holy shit! Here's a picture of
like
Seal with hair.
Not really. Man, I don't like him.
That's how I first saw him. He was in Crazy. Remember that
He's
song?
got, like,
Oh,
dreads
you
and
never want to
stuff.
survive. Yeah.
That's a good song too.
Yeah, again.
I guess Seal's not that bad.
See, there you go. I got you around.
Yeah, there you go. You got me. I'm just saying, to wrap it up with a fine bow, that American literature, the crossover still like crossing over us. I couldn't believe Forrest Gump was a fucking racist.
I wonder what his second book, how his second book roll out. Now I feel like you need to listen to second books for research.
You made me, now you're making me want to read the book. Like I don't know if I want to feel that way though.
Because then you kind of start feeling that way about Tom Hanks. No, I want to ruin that. I don't want to ruin that relationship.
No, Tom. Like I said,
He didn't stop. Tom Hanks did not stop his son from dropping N-bombs in his with an A though.
Is it Tom Hanks' responsibility to stop a grown man from being a dumbass?
It's not.
I'm asking you.
I don't got out Tom Hanks about
I don't even
it.
think Tom Hanks be claiming his son. He'd be like, hold on. I gave birth to him. That was about it.
Not Colin, the other one.
Oh no, Colin's great. Or seemingly.
He dropped N-bombs in his raps too. But I think like I said, just like The Walking Dead, like in the book and the show are just separate entities now. Like
By a lot.
They're killing off the main character.
Yeah, so.
I mean, even before that, like King Ezekiel and Michonne are together in the books.
Yeah.
And Rick and Andrea are together, and Andrea been dead for years and years on the show. Like she died the second or third season.
Yeah.
We like 8 seasons in.
She was the fucking murderer in that comic book, dog. She was the sickest with that fucking sniper rifle. That was my sniper killing your sniper. It was one of the coolest things in that book I ever read.
Sniper got your sniper.
But it's way different. So, like, I just feel like the Forrest Gump movie and the Forrest Gump book, like, the stories are so different. They're different entities. And, like, doing some research, I don't know if it's still coming up, but Gump and Company is in production.
Huh. It is, huh?
Same guys writing?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. At least we know they can make shit better.
Yeah, they can. They really polished the turd. Like, they made like a okay book into like
an American movie classic.
Yeah,
straight up and down. So I mean, it is. That's hype.
And one of the rare times I can say the book is worse than the movie is better than the book.
There you go. That's what's going on there. Jurassic Park is a way better book than it is a movie, and I love Jurassic Park as a movie. But the book is way cooler. What goes down in that book is way doper than how they do it in the movie.
Well, what book? The Dan Brown books.
I like those books. Now those are books that people always say these are just for fucking ignorant and who whatever. And then the dumb masses. I think they're fine books. I think they're fun enough, adventurous ass movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not offended by them in any way, shape, or form.
The Lost Symbol was about Masons.
Yeah,
I thought that was boring.
See that is actually some at least some insight that I would like to have. Everybody else just wants to shit on Dan Brown's book as if he's just like the worst writer that ever was, and I'm
not saying that. I liked Angels and Demons, and what was the second one?
The Da Vinci Code.
I read those two, and I saw the movies, and I thought the movies were better.
Yeah, I read those first three. I did not read the next book after that, so I don't know what adventures Doctor.
The Lost Symbol.
No, I read the Lost Symbol was the yeah. So I read Angels, Demons, Da Vinci Code, Lost Symbol, but there's another book after that's the same character as it. More Adventures of that guy, Tom Hanks' character, Doctor whatever the fuck, can't think of his name.
Yeah, that's pretty.
We'll call him nigga Dr. Brown. So this week, because we came across something I thought was amazing, you get a spot of tea. Oi, governor. Oddly enough, this is from the Daily Mail, so I guess that joke pays off on a couple of different levels. I'm about to sit here and read you a good chunk of this article. I know that seems weird, but I'm very proud of this article. Proud of the light it shines on my city in.
Oh, so it's a Cleveland article. It's an article on Cleveland.
Yeah, this guy is Scottish.
Okay.
So this is from the Scottish Mail, actually, and of course it just moves over to the Daily Mail. And I thought this is such a dope ass fucking story.
All right, let me guess. He's so impressed with the food, but it's kind of a low bar since he's used to haggis.
But
this article has got one hell of a title. Cleveland ? It's it's America down to a T! ! Discovering the delights of a sensational city and finding the perfect place to experience the real USA by Phil Lancaster for the Scottish Mail on Sunday. So this came out last Sunday on the time we record. In most parts of the world, if you were to wear a T-shirt bearing the name of a city, it would mark you as a tourist. In Cleveland, things are different. If you are not wearing a T-shirt with the name of your city on it, you look like a tourist. Right now, I'm wearing a shirt that says Cleveland on it. Just want you to know that, my audience.
My shirt's blank.
I'm wearing an Arkansas shirt.
Whether it's one of the sports teams, the Indians, the Cavs, or the Browns, or just the famous city script, Cleveland T-shirts are everywhere you look. Moms on the school run, construction workers on their way to work, waitresses at the neighborhood diner. They're all proud to wear their heart on their sleeves and Cleveland on their shirts. It's a city much like my native Glasgow that inspires huge loyalty in its citizens. The kind of unaffected, genuine enthusiasm and warmth that's infectious and impossible to manufacture. I kind of fell in love with Cleveland very quickly. For a taste of the real America, it's hard to beat, and it's also never been easier to visit for Scots. Iceland Air now offers 5 flights a week from Glasgow, and combined with a stopover in Reykjavik at no extra cost, it makes for an amazing break. Flying by Iceland adds a whole new dimension to a long-haul travel. It's like having the chance to get off mid-Atlantic and stretch your legs, and really takes the sting out of the journey. So this experience kind of writes like a diary. Day 1, they built this city on rock and roll. The phrase was coined in Cleveland by legendary DJ Alan Freed, and the first rock and roll concert, the Moondog Coronation Ball, was held at the Cleveland Arena in 1952. So the first step has to be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The fabulous IMP designed music mecca on the Lake Erie. On the Lake Erie. What an interesting turn of phrase. On the Lake Erie shore, there we go, houses what must be the world's finest collection of rock and roll memorabilia. From Elvis's gold lame suit to Jerry Garcia's favorite guitar, there's something for every true fan of music to drool over. From the Rock Hall, it was an easy walk through downtown to take in another American icon, an afternoon at the ballpark. In this case, Progressive Field, home of the mighty Cleveland Indians. If you would like to immerse yourself in the culture, then a baseball game is the ideal way to do it. It's as much about tradition, family, and friendship as it is about the actual game. I made music the focus of my visit, and Cleveland has some incredible venues. Jacobs Pavilion has a stunning setting right on the Cuyahoga River, and I was lucky enough to land a ticket for Jack White. The gig was incredible, outside in the late evening sunshine with the city skyline in the backdrop, Jack at full throttle and a sellout crowd loving every minute. There can't be many venues in the world where vast monolithic cargo ships loom like slowly passing skyscrapers, seemingly a stone's throw from the stage. One of my favorite gigs ever, and I've been to a lot. Day 2. Downtown Cleveland is as perfect an introduction to American culture as you could wish. But if it's high culture you're after, culture, then University Circle is the place to be. I started at the Cleveland Museum of Art, which I can honestly say is one of my favorite galleries in the world. Marcel Brewer's beautiful, bold, delicate, brutalist masterpiece building is a work of art itself, and the collection it houses is world class. There are more than 45,000 works, including pieces by Monet, Dali, and Warhol, and it's all free. The contemporary American collection is a particular delight. I am still transfixed by the souvenir postcard of John Roger Cox's Gray and Gold. From the CMA, it's a short walk to Severance Hall, home of the world-renowned Cleveland Orchestra, and surely a contender for the most beautiful concert hall in the United States. If you get the chance to take in a performance there, or even just tour the building, then don't miss it. The stunning Art Deco interiors are breathtakingly stylish and are as glamorous now as when they were unveiled in 1931. Cleveland's newest cultural addition is also within a short walk of Severance, the Museum of Contemporary Art designed by Farshid Mousavi and opened in 2012. It's a spectacular building housing a constantly changing program of exhibitions and performances, and the perfect bookend to a day at University Circle. In the evening, I headed over to Cleveland Heights for the second gig at the tip of the trip at the Grog Shop, a thriving, friendly neighborhood venue which was hot, sweaty, and packed to the doors for Stephen Malkmus and the Jakes. I loved every minute of it. Day 3. My man came here for a few. Cleveland is home of some of the coolest suburbs in America. And Ohio City, wouldn't call that a suburb, but my man don't know that, is just the place to indulge your inner hipster.
We'll let him slide. He's Scottish. Like stab us with a giant sword. I don't know. You see, my knowledge of Scotland is limited to like Braveheart and Haggis.
A tour of the Hingetown area mural trail is a great way to get your bearings and see some wonderful street art. It's an easy trip, just one stop from downtown on the rapid transit system. And it includes the magnificent West Side Market. Built in 1912, it is a city institution and features more than 100 stalls selling a huge variety of fresh produce, some of which comes from the Ohio City Farm, which is almost next door. The area is also home to the Transformer Station Gallery, a beautiful converted industrial space that curates some stunning photography exhibitions. From Hingetown, it's only a short hop over to Gordon Square Arts District, which was some of the coolest shops in the restaurants in the whole of Cleveland. Highlights for me included the Hausfrau Records. It's right there next to the Capitol Theater, if you don't know where that's at.
Oh, yeah, I do.
My locals. I brought a Public Image limited live LP for a bargain, $5, and randomly met a guy who knew a friend of mine of mine in Glasgow. So random. The Super Eclectic Pinball Parlor, a beautifully refurbished Dolly Parton machine, just $2,500 to you, sir. And the 78th Street Studios, which houses a huge collection of fine arts and independent galleries in a converted factory. Just before heading back to the airport, I took a short drive out on the lakefront to take in the skyline view and get a close-up of the Cleveland script sign. It's a beautiful area, which in the sunshine looks not so much a different city as a different state with a California bikini beachfront vibe. My Cleveland. Well, let me just give you this. This is actually just like under the picture. My Cleveland culinary highlight was Larder, Jeremy Umansky's amazing curated deli in the historic Ohio City Firehouse.
That I don't even know that about that.
Jeremy is one of the most articulate and passionate advocates of fresh, locally sourced and foraged food I've ever met, and his enthusiasm is reflected in Larder's menu. This is a man so keen to get the basics right that he brews his own vinegar. And surely any chef who can make Japanese knotweed into a delicacy has to be some kind of a genius. Rest of the story is about him. Why he took, like I said, on the trip back home. You stop over in Reykjavik. He does some time in Iceland. Has a good time.
He didn't go to Happy Dog or House of Blues.
If he did, he didn't discuss those. God, House of Blues, really?
It's gonna no. I'm not talking about food. I was talking about the venue for
House of Blues is a chain. You go to House of Blues anywhere in the goddamn planet.
The two concerts I went there.
Yeah.
The Ghostface and the Roots.
Yeah.
I really like the acoustics.
No doubt.
The Grog Shop is so special.
I love going to see shows at Grog Shop. If you have not been to see a show at the Grog Shop, I'm just telling you.
You've seen at the Grog Shop?
I've seen a ton of people. I've seen comedy. I've seen rap. I think comedy was like one of the freshest. It was just like it was Patton Oswalt.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of that really tall, awkward dude, but
Brian Posehn?
I don't know. Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Brian Posehn wear glasses. Like,
it's Brian. It was just like, and it was just fun being there. Like you're pretty much standing there. Like, you know, I could slap that dude if I wanted to.
That's why
it was that close.
It is why I love the Grog Shop.
The stage is like that part of the couch.
It really is.
And it's like you're just standing there talking, and it's just like everybody just standing there. It's super intimate. It's just like it's and like when it's the energy. I went to go see. A couple people rap there, but we went to go see. Who did this open up for again? Part of Little Brother.
Rapper Big Pooh.
Yeah, we seen him. It was just like the energy. Like, of course, like when you go to a crowd, you see Beyonce. She's like above you. Imagine seeing somebody you want to see, and like you could just give them that while they rapping, like and like hand them a beer. Which I've seen like people just hand people a beer. That's like on stage, and it's just a cool experience.
Yeah,
like he said, like on the water, like I've never been there, but it's something that no other city has. It's like, sometimes the stinky barge is just passing you by, and like it's.
I do like small venue and intimate concerts. I know this is not the subject, but small venues and intimate concerts versus like something big.
What I appreciate is this guy was like, let me take a bit of these cheap ass fares right quick and see what's popping over on the other side of this, which is Cleveland. He got here.
And he got around too.
Yeah, got here and was like, this ain't bad, man. I can see myself coming here to kick it on the humble, and I like that that it impressed him enough to be like, fuck it, I can write a piece about this. You know what I'm saying? I can get like 2,500 words right quick down about Cleveland and what I liked about it. It's the things I love about this town. It was one of the, like I said, it was. That's another thing. So, like, he may not know his neighborhoods right and what we call suburbs and not suburbs in this town. He was just in neighborhoods and not recognizing that he was just in neighborhoods. But he, like I said, he's from different part, whatever. To him, that might be how suburbs roll. Yeah. But he wouldn't kick to the spots I fuck with. Like, literally, I go to on a lot. So I dig that. Gordon Square is so nice. It's a Ninja City over there now. You know how they got Ninja City over there at University? They got one in Gordon Square now. So
what is Ninja City?
It's Asian fare. It's food. It's like I want to go to it. Like, so I really want to go eat some stuff.
Sorry
there.
if it sounded disappointing.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
The name built it up a little bit.
So
where's the other Ninja City at?
Oh, in University over there by the corner alley.
Okay.
Not quite by the corner alley, but you know what? Falafel's place has always been in. University's been like on that corner over there. I think it's like right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I dig it, man. I love our museum. Our museum, I've never, and the way he described it, I never thought of it as brutalist, but it is kind of the way. So they did an addition to our museum in the last few years, and you can see what was once outside is now glassed in. So like you walk in, you're like, oh, this was definitely outside. And like you can see it and tell because it's like it was that used to be the front of the museum, and now they expanded, toward the lagoon.
Yeah.
And so it's gorgeous. It's just so well laid out, and that's where they do a lot of their modern shit at now, or pieces at. They put everything kind of in there, and you still got the rest of the museum where everything else is at.
Yeah, I've been really, like, especially with the Mirrors exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really want to go there.
I so want to go to see that one, and they sold out like that. Like I could not get around to tickets to that for that last round, and I was like, God dang, it looks so cool.
It's going up?
Yeah, they wrapped up. So, but who knows? So, I really am proud of and have enjoyed just like I said, a lot of things that this gentleman from a whole nother world, a whole nother country, came through and discovered is shit that I love. And folk are always trying to tell y'all to come through and come get down with.
Don't listen to people who make jokes about it. You know,
dude, it's like I know people who, if you from Cleveland, you can clown Cleveland a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You home, I can kind of let you walk. But it's when motherfuckers is not from here trying to talk shit about my town. I'm like, you gotta fucking suck my dick, ho. You don't know nothing about this town, and you don't know how we get down here.
Joaquin Noah.
Yeah, fuck that little bitch made motherfucker. He would catch it in the streets. I'm serious. He just get rolled up on, depending on what I'm saying. So
Scottish guy to help you beat.
Like you there, Scotsman. Join me on this mission. So that's why I wanted to read that to y'all and share that bit with y'all, man, because I fuck with it all day, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the article in general. I enjoyed the city that he wrote about. And there you go, man. Spot of tea.
That was some sun tea. That was a whole picture.
I don't usually like tea, but I like this tea.
I don't know. Lunch did me a solid not too long ago. He went to look for in every single sheets he could think of.
I even checked yesterday at another one.
I bought a whole 2 cases of that tea, so I'm giving it a good farewell.
Right on. Get your beverage popping. While Box is back here hustling over some things, man, we'll just slide on over to my man Gabriel. You got a story to tell?
Well, story time with the real ODP is not really a thing, but I guess I don't know more story of so much anecdote. This is kind of an uncomfortable topic, and I'm talking about somebody who's like real and like not like some celebrity, but so my wife has female friends, and one of them was bound to be an attractive lady. Mm. Can I rephrase that? That sounded something fucked up.
It sounded fine.
No, I'm just like, after all these dogs, one of them has to be. No, I mean, all of her friends are very pleasant to the eye. If I would,
but some is more pleasant than others.
I mean, I'm a married man, but my penis wouldn't say no to any of them. Did I again make things worse by trying to clarify?
The penis part was the part, but.
Keep moving, brother.
Okay, we're gonna leave that in there for yucks.
I bet you T cuts it.
T might say
for your own safety.
She doesn't listen to the show.
Somebody does.
You know what? Hey,
Lauren. Shh, girl, come on, man. Don't put that out there.
Man, don't get any ideas, Lauren. Although you are a fine lady.
See how you took it too far? You see how you took it too far? Every time. It's a little too far.
All right. But I didn't expect to... It's not something you think about. Like that, I can see that they're attractive, but I don't care. I'm a married man. I don't give a shit. And I would never get a shit. And I still don't. Uh-huh. But it's hard to not notice one day when my wife brings home a friend who, legitimately looks like she can be on TV. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I got my man Tayrell here who has seen this lady.
So we was at Lakewood Park taking pictures of my kids' homecoming. And just as we were wrapping up, Gabe's wife says, "Oh, this friend is here." And or Gabe said, I don't know who said it. One of them.
One of us.
Yeah. So we're already trying to stalk my son down because he was just went to go see other people because all his friends were there. But whatever. So I'm walking over with them just chatting, you know what I'm saying? Like I can see where my kid's at and he's just over there having a good time. So I'm just walking with Gabe and his family and just chatting and shit.
And I introduced him. And
this woman starts walking over and I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. And then he introduces this woman and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And just
breathtaking?
Yes. Honestly, bro. this caramel colored, this pretty hair, titties that was just doing the damn thing in a shirt that was kind of see through, caramel colored little mama, and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
So we met this person when our kids started going to this immersion school and they're learning Spanish. She's Puerto Rican and she wants her son, who's half Puerto Rican, half white. It's like they're like the mirror image of our family, except with the number of kids, because she only got one kid.
Yeah.
Like I got the white wife, and I'm the Puerto Rican, and she's the Puerto Rican. She's got the white husband.
Yeah.
And like her friend is about my oldest daughter's age, so they're pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Cute, and she's like a legit attractive lady. And I had more to this.
She's so beautiful, she boggled your mind.
Dude, I was like, she got like an Instagram or something, dog? And he's like, I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna go find out.
Probably just pictures of her kids though, like me.
And then she do got an Instagram, but it's private. I can't just go follow that shit because I just met her. That's fucked up. This is weird at that point, right? I know it is.
She want me to ask permission?
No. Did she have the
Or is that weird?
comment?
I'm his wife.
Do you want me to ask for you, or are you afraid I'm going to say something stupid?
No, I'm good.
Don't need to ask.
It ain't that deep, bro. It's like,
all right,
it's like,
but
it ain't that. So like, right, so she finds like, right, whatever. So I'm like, and like, so this general search, of course, you gotta go do the Facebook. You got to, right? Now she like Flash Diesel, just cocky.
There's a story behind that.
Muscle as fuck, son. It was ridiculous.
She works out a lot. She works out incessantly, and that's because her mother-in-law says to her husband, you know, the mother-in-law's son, hey, you know those Puerto Rican girls, after they have kids, they get a bit fat. Oh, so that's like, yeah. So she's like, I'll show her. And she did.
And she
showed everybody. But no, I mean, look, I don't. It's not a thing. This is not the last temptation of the real ODP. Don't worry, anybody.
That is so the title of this episode, though, dog. That's believe.
There are awkward moments, though. Like, all right, let me tell you something, ladies. This whole thing about like you catch a dude looking at your breast. Yeah, I know it's not cool, and we don't mean to offend, but like it's like the I can't help it, and I know we gotta be better than that as men. Yeah. Like, I can't be ogling women. Some women don't like that. She may wear a low cut top, but that's for her. That's not for you. But like sometimes your eyes can't help but be drawn.
Bruh, I mean, like I said, it's not like I was like, let me go. I lived one. She's smaller than me, so it's like I just was like, oh, and then I have to look away because then I'm like, 'cause I knew it. I knew where it was gonna be. I'm like, oh, it's too much, but it was like
you have to make a conscious effort. There are situations where you have to make a conscious effort not to ogle. And I'll give you an example. Her son has a birthday party. Yep. See, now I remember the story I was gonna tell. Her son has a birthday party. I'm like, okay. I get, and then like my wife had to go somewhere else at the same time of the birthday party. And she's like, all right, you take these two kids to the party for the pool party, and I take these two kids to the other party. I'm like, fine, I'll go to the pool party. Because I don't like swimming. I really don't. I don't want to get into it. I didn't have a traumatic ending.
Shrinkage, it's real. I understand.
You're a little closer than you think. But I go there, and she, of course, greets us in her bikini. And I'm like, damn, I can't be ogling. I got her husband here, my kids, her kids, and she's my wife's friend. I can't be ogling her, but she's like stacked up in a bikini. It's awkward as fuck. It's like physically uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to. You're attractive, and I don't want to even be around you.
Oh,
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like women are like rolling their eyes, but like this is. You guys have been in this situation, right?
So pretty, you're almost on ears like. not necessarily like staring and all that stuff, like saying stupid stuff, and
Like-
your mind gets cloudy sometimes.
Like looking off in the distance at nothing for no reason. Ah, shit. Sorry, we're watching a football game at the same time as this. So, I don't know. You gentlemen, you two gentlemen have been in this situation with your lady?
No, I've never been in that situation before. Like, she has some attractive friends, but I don't think she really has any friends or family more attractive than her.
I'm not saying this woman's more attractive than my wife. This is the woman that I chose to spend my life with. You just can't help when you're able to tell when someone's physically and aesthetically pleasing to look at.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like I don't know. I'm glad. Like I like I don't not necessarily keep my distance, but all her friends and stuff. It's not like I go kick it with them or like we were just talking about like we're pretty much old parents. Like our kids are pretty young, and everybody else is like, well, their kids are like 3 years older, 4 years older, 5 years older. So like we're in a good place where we're not really meeting new parents and stuff yet. So that's I guess that's helped. I haven't been in that situation quite yet.
But there were other women there at that pool party that like I looked at because like shit I don't know them.
You're strangers. I can stare at your titties. Stranger woman. And I mean, and it's not that I've like whatever's like I've been around like Vanessa. I don't know. Vanessa's mostly friends with dudes, so that is helpful in this situation. Some of her lady friends are like some of her tightest friends, and so I'm like whatever. Her best friend like does nothing for me. She like just doesn't. Just not my cup of tea. Box has hung out with her before, so I don't think she scratches any itch for you as well, right? So there's nothing against her. It's just not my kind of lady. You know what I'm saying? She's real small, real slim, real petite, and I'm like, I don't fuck with that in any way, shape, or form. So and I met like some of her other friends. And I'm saying I like thick broads, and my girlfriend don't kick with no thick broads. So it is what it is, bro. So
That's helpful.
No, it is not an issue that has come about.
I always thought, shit, not to make this more awkward, I always thought I'd end up with a Puerto Rican woman versus a white woman.
Why
do you say that? I wonder. Especially because like you was in the burbs, and I feel like you mostly got down with.
Yeah, I never got along with any of them. Maybe that was why they're always rejecting me. Like, someday, you white bitches, I'm gonna be.
Hey.
Sorry.
You ankle sock wearing motherfucker.
Milk drinking.
Cheese eating.
Look, man, we like cheese, bro. Don't do that.
All right.
Ankle socks is okay.
Nirvana listening.
I like Nirvana too. No.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with Nirvana, but they were all listening to Nirvana. All right. It's the suburbs, and Nirvana was big at the time. All right. Well, one day I'm gonna be around my own people. Yeah. Well,
We're all one people.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
For fuck's sakes.
So that was an awkward time with the real ODP.
She was real hot, y'all. Like, it was uncomfortable as fuck. And I only had to meet her for a couple of moments. This man had to spend time with her because I think y'all hugged the park the rest for a bit, right?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oy vey.
it was the pool party that was awkward.
Yeah.
And it's gonna suck next year when the next party is the nighty and boxer shorts party we gotta go to. God, I'm not looking forward to that. No.
I was just about to say wear boxers, but then wear tighty whities underneath.
Get a cow piece like my man from Cameo. Wired up.
Just a cow word.
What about you, young Daniel? You got anything to contribute to this show you are on every week?
I do not.
Like, fuck it. I ain't telling you shit.
Okay, well, you don't have to end my segment right away. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, oh, there's titties. I can't look at titties. Like work or something like
Oh,
that.
absolutely. That's my whole life. I mean, I'm friends with people who are attractive, oddly enough. Never thought that would happen to me, but it has.
Mm-hmm.
I work around people that I find attractive. It's just life, man. It's never going to not happen. Like, So I understand what you're saying. Like, I find it's a lot easier to be friends with people you don't find attractive, because then that extra stuff that you're going through never comes up. But at the same time, like, you can't in turn then treat people that you do find attractive shitty to keep them away from you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's you just have to be able to control yourself and keep the awkwardness on the inside. It takes practice. Let me tell you, it takes practice.
Well, you think that's why some women are attracted to married men because they're used to, like, these hot women used to be like, oh my god, you're so much, and this married guy is like, man, I'm not gonna pay attention to you, but they're I'm married.
Me and the homie Balls Rock talked about this when we were in Maine about how.
By the way, that's not an endorsement for Trump's treat him like shit.
How that as divorced men, because me and Balls Rock are both from the divorced men's dad club. You know what I'm saying? Especially like just after you get divorced, you kind of like not in any kind of good headspace to be loved and love, and so you kind of just chill as fuck. So you can meet and do meet women, and they could be like, you know, the hottest fucking whatever, but you just really are just not there. So you ain't looking at them like that or anything like that. And women who in both instances, women who have been like used to being like hollered at, it's like, what the fuck is this motherfucker not doing? Why is he not hollering at us? And it's like what comes off to them as confidence is really just a bit of just a bad
aloofness.
You're aloof and in a bad place, and so it reads as confidence to them, and women like confidence.
I had that come up in the last couple of weeks at work. I had a woman that I wasn't trying to do anything with, and I was just messing with her, and she's like, "Oh, I like your confidence," and I'm like, "You're confusing confidence for not giving a shit."
that's exactly what it is. Like, not a fuck to be giving, but it comes off as confident.
I was about to say you shouldn't have corrected her, but she doesn't think you're correcting her.
In my mind, I thought that. I didn't tell her that.
Even if you did tell her that, she'd probably be like, "Oh, even more."
So that's
still a work in progress, right, Lunch?
I don't even know who do you think I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. We don't gotta say nothing. I already know exactly who it is. You know I know.
Okay.
Name her last name.
I don't even know, because I don't know if I'll ever get to see that person again.
That's how we knew. That's how we knew we were.
That's how I knew you knew he's talking about. It's still a work in progress. She might not be on Facebook that much, but she's not on there that much. That doesn't mean that at all.
Is it windy on there? I guess maybe it is.
Huh.
The ball keeps falling off.
But that's inside baseball. You got to wrap it up.
Well, as Box seems to not have much to share this week, but he did just host a whole nother show, so don't worry.
I admittedly had no idea we were doing the second helping, so I had nothing prepared because I thought I was just going to have to talk about bad brownies.
It's all good, and you did. And like I said, the energy that you think you're missing is on a show you got to pay for. Get down with that. We have a Patreon. You can support it. Patreon.com/Stage Crunchy and Milk. Get down with that, please, and thank you.
And it's not just trying stuff. It's like sometimes talking about French films.
Quite. Indeed, we do get a little...
That was a bonus. That was a real bonus episode. That episode was probably better than this one.
As we always ask, if you can, review us on iTunes. It helps very, very much. And just tell a friend. Retweet the show. So forth and so on.
Tell that friend for the rest of the year.
Tell that friend to tell a friend. And tell that friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Especially the hot one with the bronze titties.
Jesus fucking Christ. It was real bad. It was real bad. Trucking. That's a almost first.
And this is hand to God. If I'm like home one day and she walks into my home naked and says, "Let's do this," I'm gonna say, "No, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here." I just want you guys to be clear. I find her attractive, but I will not be fucking her or any of my friends.
There's a reason why no one can read someone's thoughts, and because if you couldn't run through the scenario in your head, I feel like you might go crazy a little bit. But because
it's what dreams are made of.
It's
like
legit.
You would never act on it. I mean, I would like to think you would never act on it because, and I mean that in general, because I'm real big proponent of being faithful to your commitments.
Yes,
and I don't like when people who I don't like people who cheat or people who are in a relationship and they want to be out, and instead of like ending the relationship, they then just start cheating. Because I feel like I would like to think that you once cared about the person you were involved with, and you would care enough to not want to damage them on the way out.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, if you're gonna leave them, then fucking leave them and then go do your shit. Don't be like sleeping with the babysitter and then be like, oh, well, I haven't loved you for 3 years now. Like, that shit, like, it's bothersome to me.
Well, and me and my wife are not in a monogamish. Did I pronounce that right?
Monogamish.
Thank you. Monogamish. We're not in that kind of relationship, and I don't want. Look, I wouldn't want some dude touching on my wife, so I would never touch on some other lady.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a mutual thing. But like, again, I don't judge other people's relationships. But my thing is not. My thing is monogamy, and I can't even say the fucking proper word right, can I?
You're in a monogamous relationship, and thusly you do not judge people who are in a monogamish relationship.
Right.
If they have come to terms and are in a monogamy. Like an involuntary monogamish relationship ain't a hot look.
No.
But if y'all have come to terms and we're like,
that's not monogamish. That's like
that's just cheating.
I'm not sure. What the hell are you guys saying?
Monogamish is a turn of phrase coined by Dan Savage that says, y'all in a relationship together, but you know what? It's okay if you go get you a little cup of something from elsewhere, because it is okay because you have discussed it.
Yeah, discussed it and went into the relationship with that understanding.
I saw a profile online the other day. Like, I was bored.
Yeah.
So I opened up Bumble for a second.
It's what you do. Whenever your mind gets a little too loose, you be like...
I feel like sometimes it's kind of like when you need to watch porn for a minute just to get like something out.
Yeah.
It's kind of a similar thing for me in that regard, where like sometimes I just got to go flick a couple profiles and then like it gets that feeling out.
Yeah.
So I ran across one where it was a married woman, and she said that she was married with a kid, but they had an open marriage, and that she was literally just looking for someone to have sex with.
Yeah.
And she was getting tired of people talking about it and then not showing up. Oh, man.
But would you ever get involved with something as being a single man?
No.
Would you ever get... Okay.
Because...
Well, you said that with some fans.
Well, yes, because it's not the kind of relationship I would ever want.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not really a relationship. I understand that that's just like quote unquote fun or whatever, but it's not my personality, and I know that. And I would never want to be in an open relationship because I want my relationship to be where it's me with that person and it's just us. I wouldn't want, and I'm sure someone will probably be like, well, you wouldn't know until you tried, but like I just know how I am. And I know that I personally wouldn't be able to be happy in that kind of situation. Yeah. So
I feel like you do know that. That's not something you need to try.
I know that.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm going to be in a relationship with someone, because I'm not like a hoeing season kind of guy. Like I'm not out here looking for rando people. Like if I'm in a relationship with someone, it's because I care about that person and that's who I want to be with. It's not because like I want to go have dinner with them, but then I want to go fuck somebody else off the internet or something like that. Like I need like a best of both worlds kind of thing. Like when I'm with someone, that's it.
Right.
Like there is no extra options on the buffet. I'm strictly there to eat my meal, and that's it.
So while you're dating, you wouldn't date more than one person at a time?
I look at dating like you're going through your options. I'm talking about like you're in a committed relationship.
Yeah, if you're not committed to either of those people and they know you're like,
yeah, like
I'm seeing other people by the way.
To me, dating is like
yeah, so much.
To me, dating is like talking to people. Like I'm talking about like we are officially like together. There is no dating.
But I'm saying like while you're dating, do you think you have sex with more than one person?
I would say yes, but I don't feel like I would necessarily be the type of person who would date multiple people at once. Like, and I don't mean like I look down on that in any way.
No, I'm just asking.
But yeah, like I mean, if I was like, but also I don't know if I'm the kind of guy who would be like sleeping. Like I feel like I wouldn't just sleep with people after I went out with them twice. Where like I would feel like I would like to think I could, but I don't know. I almost feel like I'm the type of person who couldn't sleep with someone until I felt like I had a connection with them. And I don't know if I could get that deep just by like a couple dates.
Well, I don't know. I think...
I know it makes me sound really like soft.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just asking in general. Like, you could.
I think it's part of because I'm so guarded about myself, my feelings.
I'm saying like once.
That, like, I've spent my life and I've kind of like molded it where like that my feelings and that are all kind of intertwined, whether I like it or not.
Yeah. I just feel like once you start like getting into the dating scene, you might meet a person that you click with within 2 dates, and then it might be somebody else. It might have been 6 dates until you click. So like once you get especially like when you younger and you like seeing people, it seems like it's way more guarded. But when you get older, it's just like, man, we ain't got shit to lose. It's a whole different feeling. But you'll get there.
Man, if I'm ever single again, I'm done. I'm just watch porn and jerk off for the rest of my life.
Shit. If anything ever happens, I'm still gonna come at somebody. I don't know.
I don't like dating. I just don't like it. I just like it's so whack. So if I can cut out the dating part and just get the fucking, I guess.
Yeah, man. Talking to people that you barely know sucks. And
yet again, I just got to back up from this section of talking because like
you roll a different way. And it's not that I'm like, look, it's just when I had my period of dating, I just was not a huge fan of it. Who knows? Maybe I can get and like I didn't have all the tools motherfuckers got now. Maybe if I can reach in there and I got Tinder and Bumble and drink your coffee and all the motherfuckers things.
Like I go on there and like you see a couple pictures of somebody. And then you have like small talk with them, and I always find that I get bored because I don't actually give a shit about the other person.
I don't like small talk either. That's it. I would be terrible.
I'm telling you, like I said,
chit chat.
That Aziz Ansari book really like kind of opened my eyes to how at least how the online world works. So like what it is, people just they stay online for way too long, and it's like then you lightweight kind of develop feelings, and then when you actually finally meet in person, and it just ain't right, then it's like, well, that blows. So it's like instead of staying online all the time, really just be like, look, let's just go have a cup of coffee and see if we got anything popping. It's just that much easier and probably a smarter play, and I respect that. And I know Aziz Ansari is not everybody's favorite, but he wrote a damn good book along with a good research scientist. They wrote it together.
I'm not I'll be the unpopular dude here, and I'll say like that seems to be an isolated incident.
Yeah,
that's not unpopular. To say
I mean, like. I'm not one of those people that think that Bill Cosby didn't do it. And it's like, okay, I watched this movie the other day. It's called Dude on Netflix. Yeah. It's about a group of girls, and in a scene, this girl get raped, and they don't really don't play it like that. Yeah. But like the dude is like they're all teenage girls, last year in high school, and like. Her and the dude go up to a room at a party. First, he go down on her, like they kissing. And when they kissing, she's like, "Dude, we not gonna have sex." He goes down on her for just a few seconds, goes right into her. Okay. Ooh. And she says no. And during that time, he comes and it's over. Wow. So terrible. And like he gets off of her. It's like, can you have me my underwear, please? And like she's frazzled. Like, did I just get raped? Yeah. It was just it was terrible.
I know someone. Well, I think it was Rob, Black guy who Tip said this, and it really rang true with me. No makes my dick go soft.
Yeah, I mean
maybe makes my dick go soft.
Yeah. It is yes to get the party started.
Yeah. All right, fine makes my dick go soft. I want to hear yes.
My buddy told me about how he got raped. Not by a dude. An ex called him up and was talking about how she was at this function and that she was drunk and she really needed a ride home. And he felt bad. So he went to go get her. And he felt like she wasn't really drunk, per se, but just wanted to see him. So he took her back home, to her home, I mean, and she like invited him in, and he went in because he like hadn't been there a long time and kind of wanted to see the dog and stuff, and she like kind of like started in on him.
That's me.
And I mean, I don't want to go into the finer details, but he says that, like, eventually, like, she didn't, like, drug him or anything, but, like, she kind of, like, guilt-tripped him and talked him into it, even though he didn't want to do it. So it was kind of like psychological warfare. Mm-hmm. And then, like, he told me about it, like, the next day, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I feel raped. He's like, I didn't want to have sex with her, and she kind of tricked me into doing it.
It's the maneuver like that manipulative people can do. They'll talk that shit until they get into your drawers, male or female, and it's some bullshit. And that's the saddest shit in the world on either side of the formula, man. We are at the point in time not to just leave on such a downer, but I'm sorry, we gotta leave because it's that time.
Can't waka that shit.
Yes, we can, man.
Women be shopping, baby.
Yeah, they be shopping.
Women be shopping. Thank you so very much for your listenership. Thanks for kicking it with me. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming through on this rando day. We don't normally do this on these days, or haven't in quite some time. I can't believe we kept his foot for that long, but still. That is Tatum 216.
Yes.
He's the homie. That's Lunchbox 2099, of whom's a bowl we are currently recording in.
Yeah, I hope you can't hear the fan from the projector.
Not it will.
That is the real ODP over yonder who is running to his wife's car right now.
To pick apple.
Rick Ross
On a
hoss.
Pull your titties out, baby. Go, Ross.
I am the internet's Sayer 713. You've just been podcast too. I know you loved it. Peace.
Take them both.
I don't know if you love part of that. All right.
Dad, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.
My bones are sturdy. My middle soft. The fat shame me. They piss me off. My feelings hurt. So I shame eat. Bitch, I'm heavy D. I'm about meat. I got 3 crackers. A whole block of brie. Ate them by myself. I'm heavy D. Ate my cookie dough. Now I'm feeling sick. When I diddly dee, I can't see my dick.